All right, let's do it. Let's start the timer. 5 minutes. It's another 5-minute post-game show courtesy of Post-Game Pints. Campbell and Gallo with you. Canadians lose 3-1 in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup final. Mitch, was it just all about Andrei Vasilevskiy?
I mean, he was a big story in this game. There's no doubt about that. I don't know how much the Canadians got as far as really grade A scoring chances, but certainly they threw everything in the kitchen sink at him, and he showed why he is among the best goalies in the league, if not the best goaltender in the National Hockey League. And it's tough, right? Because you have a team that is the Tampa Bay Lightning, that they are so good in so many areas that you would think at least if you play really well, maybe the goaltender is going to let up a soft one, but not with this team. Andrei Vasilevskiy was full value.
He's so good. He did let in a soft one that I'm sure he'd love to have back. He thought maybe it was going to get tipped or deflected and just kind of maybe fooled him on a change up a little bit. But that's the Canadians throwing 43 shots on goal and only one getting by Vasilevskiy. Something's got to change heading back to Montreal in games 3 and 4. But how much, Mitch, can they change? They played a pretty good hockey game.
Yeah, they did play a good hockey game, and I think they want to do a lot of the same things in Game 3 that they did in Game 2, and just hope for a better result. I don't think you need wholesale changes or to go crazy with the tinkering. I think you got to hope that a couple bounces go your way. Maybe you could find a way to get a couple more power plays and score on the power play. Get some motivation from playing in front of 3,500 of your fans. And then, of course, home ice having the second change and being able to control the matchup a little bit well. And Sean, even maybe getting a bit of a boost from having your head coach back behind the bench.
Yeah, I think the boost of the head coach, that might be a difference for the Canadians, just with like a little bit of feeling the vibe or feeling who's going and who's not going. And the Canadians, they need to figure out something offensively or chemistry or who to face or who to match up against. The other thing that I really noticed in this game, a 2-1 game, a 3-1 game, a 1-1 game, man, Tampa Bay is never uncomfortable, ever. And I know the Canadians played a lot of the playoffs that way, where they were comfortable in a tie game or with the lead, a little more uncomfortable when they were trailing. But man, Tampa, there's really not much wrong with that team. They're strong from top to bottom, and I think that showed again tonight when they weren't perfect.
Well, they're comfortable because they have experience and they've been in a lot of these situations. They are a championship caliber team, and we're seeing that in the Stanley Cup final. They are showing why they know how to win games, and I think that comfort goes very much back to 2 seasons ago when they get upset in the first round of the playoffs by the Columbus Blue Jackets. They learn from that experience. They make improvements the following year, and then they play the Columbus Blue Jackets again in the second round of the playoffs or the first round of the actual playoffs, and they have that game that is low scoring and goes 4 overtimes or 5 overtimes. Can't remember what it was, but it was a very long game.
Yeah.
And they waited and waited and waited and finally capitalized on an opportunity. I think they have those type of experiences that are paying that they're paying off now in these type of situations.
All right, so why don't we do this quickly? It was a really good, on the positive note, really good game from Nick Suzuki. And I just call him a gamer, Mitch. I love the way that he played. I love the way that he bounced back from game 1. I think he's the most important skater on the Canadians right now. Normally, I would go the route of Jeff Petrie, but I think he's struggling with that injury. I think if Nick Suzuki's going, the Canadians will go. That'll make Toffoli and Caulfield and their offense go. So as much as they only scored 1 goal and it was a C&I shot from Suzuki, I thought he played well, and that's a good sign heading into game 3.
The offense starts with him. Toffoli and Caulfield, the 2 better goal scorers on the Canadians. So they're with them on that line. Suzuki's key on the power play as well. And Sean, 8 shots on goal tonight. He was by far their most threatening forward. He looked dangerous almost every time he was on the ice. And they're going to need that Nick Suzuki again in game 3 if they want any chance of pulling within 1 in the series.
All right, we got 30 seconds left. How disappointed are you that there's only going to be 3,500 fans for game 3?
I mean, very, very disappointed. It's been locked at 3,500 for a while now. You would think with the 2 vaccines and the COVID case counts low in Quebec that they would have been able to fit in a few more than they have been. But, I'll leave that stuff up to the doctors, I guess.
Yeah, no, I know that you and I will be there. we'll be working, and we'll provide another 5-minute post-game show for courtesy of Post-Game Pints. But yeah, it would have been a neat moment. But Montreal is about to host the Stanley Cup final game, and they're not out of the series just yet. They're just down 0-2. That's it for us. It's time to open up a LeBron's beer. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your morning. Enjoy whatever time of the day it is for you. Just enjoy the Stanley Cup final.
Adios.